Let's get straight to it. The burning question in the XRP community: how much XRP do you need to become a millionaire? The dream of buying low and waking up rich is what draws so many to crypto, and XRP's passionate community is no exception. XRP's story is compelling: a fast, efficient digital asset aiming to revolutionize cross-border payments, with Ripple's big-name partnerships fueling the hype. But hype is not a strategy. The market doesn't care about your dreams or how many rocket emojis you tweet. It runs on supply, demand, utility, and regulation, not wishful thinking. Blindly following the crowd without understanding the numbers is a recipe for disaster. Hope alone won't pay your bills. So, let's cut through the noise and focus on the real math behind the millionaire question. We'll break down what it actually takes, in numbers, for your XRP portfolio to hit $1 million. This isn't about wild predictions. No one can guarantee a future price. Instead, you'll learn how the price of XRP, the amount you hold, and your financial goals all connect. Let's replace wishful thinking with a calculated approach. That way, you can make informed decisions for yourself. The dream of turning a small investment into a fortune is what draws many to crypto. Stories of early Bitcoin and Ethereum millionaires fuel the hope that it could be me, especially with XRP's low price. But the market is indifferent to your beliefs or conviction. The only thing that matters is this number of coins you own times the current price per coin. Belief isn't the same as reality. That's where many investors lose money. A math-based approach forces you to be objective and removes emotion from your decisions. Start with the numbers, and you can work backward. If you want $1 million, how much XRP do you need at a given price? Is that price realistic? What would XRP's market cap be at that level? Math helps you manage expectations and risk. Hope leads to irrational decisions like going all in or ignoring warning signs. Math grounds you, helping you set specific, achievable goals. It turns the vague dream of getting rich into a concrete plan. That's how you move from wishful thinking to real strategy. How much XRP do I need to be set for life? Is one of the most common questions in crypto. People want a magic number, but it doesn't exist. The amount you need depends entirely on the future price of XRP, a number no one can predict. Your portfolio's value is a balance. You control how much XRP you own, but not the price. If the price is low, you need a lot. If it's high, you need less. Anyone giving you a magic number is really making a price prediction. Your answer depends on what price you believe XRP can realistically reach and in what time frame. Everyone's financial goal is different: 1 million, 500,000, 5 million. The right amount of XRP depends on your personal target. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Define your goal first, then you can figure out how much XRP you'd need to get there. Only you can determine your number. The XRP community is deeply divided. The XRP army believes in inevitable global adoption, citing Ripple's partnerships and superior tech. Skeptics question decentralization, Ripple's large holdings, and whether banks will ever use a public crypto. They point out that despite years of hype, XRP hasn't achieved mass adoption. Looming over all of this is the SEC lawsuit, which has shaped XRP's price and reputation for years. The outcome could mean a green light and price rally, or devastating consequences. Regulatory uncertainty makes any price prediction risky. XRP's future depends not just on tech and adoption, but on the courts. That's what makes it one of the most unique and high-stakes bets in crypto. Always factor in the legal risk. Let's get to the math. The formula is simple. Your financial goal divided by the future price of XRP equals the amount of XRP you need. For example, if you want $1 million and think XRP could hit $10, you'd need 100,000 XRP. If your target is $3, you'd need about 333,333 XRP. If you're super bullish and think $50 is possible, you'd only need 20,000 XRP. This formula is your personal calculator. Plug in your own numbers and see what's realistic. Adjust your price target and see how the required amount changes. This approach forces you to be specific about your goal and your expectations. It's the foundation of a real investment plan. Use it to map your own path. Let's apply the formula to short-term scenarios. Looking out to the end of 2025, these aren't predictions, just thought experiments. In a conservative case, XRP might reach $1.80. You'd need about 555,555 XRP to hit $1 million. In a more bullish scenario, say a favorable SEC ruling and a bull market, XRP could hit $5. Then you'd need 200,000 XRP. The difference is huge. Higher price targets mean you need far fewer coins. Your belief about what's possible in the short term directly affects how much you need to invest now. If you think $5 is realistic, 200,000 XRP might be your goal. If you're more conservative, the required amount could be out of reach. The key takeaway: your price target shapes your entire strategy. Always ground your expectations in reality. Short-term moves are unpredictable. Plan accordingly. Don't bet the farm on a single outcome. Now let's look further ahead toward 2030. In the long run, XRP's value will depend on adoption, utility, and the growth of its ecosystem. A moderately conservative scenario, XRP at $6. You'd need about 166,667 XRP for $1 million. In a highly bullish scenario, massive adoption, global payments, and a thriving ecosystem, XRP could hit $26.50. Then you'd need about 37,735 XRP. The longer your timeline and the higher your price target, the fewer coins you need. That's the appeal of long-term investing. Let growth do the heavy lifting, but it requires patience and conviction to hold through market cycles. The risk is higher. Much can change in 5 years. The project could fail to deliver. Long-term bets can pay off big, but they're never guaranteed. Set your timeline and risk tolerance before you invest, and always be ready for surprises. Now let's talk moonshots. The $50, $100, or higher price targets. These scenarios assume a total transformation of global finance, with XRP at the center. At $50, you'd need just 20,000 XRP to be a millionaire. At $100, only 10,000 XRP. These numbers are the essence of the crypto lottery dream. But the odds are extremely low. Regulatory and market hurdles are massive. Betting everything on a moonshot is gambling, not investing. Still, understanding the math shows the power of asymmetry. A small allocation could yield huge returns if the impossible happens. Some investors keep a moon bag, a small amount they can afford to lose just in case. Don't let hype cloud your judgment. Use these scenarios for perspective, not as a plan. Stay realistic, even when dreaming big. Price targets mean nothing without context. Specifically, market cap. Market cap equals price x circulating supply. It shows how big XRP would be at a given price. At $5, XRP's market cap would be $275 billion. Huge, but possible in a bull market. At $26.50, it's $1.45 trillion, about the size of Amazon. At $100, it's $5.5 trillion, more than double Apple's value. At $500, it's $27 trillion, bigger than the entire US economy. The higher the price, the more unlikely it becomes. Beyond market cap, remember the risks. Crypto is volatile, prices can drop 50% in weeks, and regulation is a minefield. There's also tech risk, competition, and shifting sentiment. Nothing is guaranteed. XRP could go to zero. Always factor in the possibility of total loss. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Risk management is everything. Most important of all, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and these scenarios are for education only. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, especially in crypto. The key to responsible investing is having a plan, especially an exit strategy. Decide in advance when you'll sell, whether it's at certain price targets or after a set time. Taking profits along the way protects you from emotional decisions. Your exit plan should be personal and realistic. The right amount of XRP depends on your goals, timeline, belief in the project, and risk tolerance. Use the simple formula: goal divided by price equals amount needed. Be honest about what's realistic for you. Write down your plan and stick to it. Replace hype with math and hope with strategy. That's how you navigate crypto responsibly.